Well, my friends, it is that day that we have all been waiting for. It is time for our first youth intake preview in our Youth Academy Challenge here with Ituano in Série C of Brazil. I'm Mr. Cellophane. If you've been enjoying the series so far, make sure you hit that like button, please. If you have the hype option, please do that as well. Please help the channel grow. Thank you to everybody who has been watching the series so far. And it looks like we are going to be getting an excellent intake. Now, this came in a week ago in game, but I have not yet looked at it. 4.5 stars here, and we've got a couple of A's in the preview. So let's go look at our youth candidates. Looks like we have one central midfield prospect. Can we pull that up? No, we don't know. Oh, of course, we're not going to know who it is. We've got 3 potential attacking midfielders. Now, they do look like central attacking midfielders, which is a role that we don't use, but maybe we can get somebody in and work them in as a potential future false 9. Who knows? Because that seems to be a role that's working very well with us. As far as kind of fair to Midland, defensive midfielders, we've got 2. We do need defensive midfielders. We also need wingers, and there are 3 on their way in. Sadly, the center backs don't look so great, and neither do the goalkeepers. While we are here, let us go into our staff. Where is our staff? Is it in the club? It is in the club. We're going to look at our not director of football, our head of youth development, because I realize we haven't introduced you. That is Jonathan Roffer, a 36-year-old Brazilian. He is outstanding with youngsters. His ability to judge talent isn't all that great, but remember, we are so far down that I'm not sure if we could get much better than this. We'll see how he does once the youth intake rolls through. If I'm not happy with it, we'll consider replacing him. How have things been going, you may ask? Well, not too shabby for the most part. We finished up with a 1-1 draw against Ponte Preta in our last episode. We then took on Floresta and beat them 1-0 at home. Victor Reis getting the start again and picking up his 2nd goal of the season, and it would be the only one that we would need. Now, Guilherme Del Pian not playing extremely well. He is still currently our captain. He is in the last year of his contract, making $1,200 a week. I am not sure if we are going to renew his contract. We may look to move him on when the transfer window opens. We followed that up with an away draw, 0-0 against Botafogo, which was highly disappointing, if I may be perfectly honest, because they were sitting at the bottom of the table. At the time, we had some chances, just could not take advantage of any of them. Marlon Jan came on, did okay, but look, Guillaume, again, not playing very well. Then we had a very nice 2-1 victory at home against Retro. I don't know if that's pronounced correctly. We got 2 early goals, and that would be all we needed. We let them back in with a late first half tally from Lucas Cardoso. But Dacio, a fantastic individual effort, brought the ball. In fact, I am going to show this to you if I can. Let's see if this works. It does not that way. Let's see if we can get it to go a different way. I hate the fact that I have to scroll back down. Let's go into the game itself. Now this may... Come on. Seriously? All right, there we go. Now, this may take a little while because I've noticed, and the reason why I haven't been showing you highlights up until this point for the most part is that it takes a while not only to generate and pop up like this, but also the highlight itself. So Leo Isidoro lost the ball. They were able to clear it. We would win it back. Bruno Alves would drop it to Mancini. See, like all of this buildup is inconsequential. Mancini was okay, and he would remain in the game. Daniel, though, played it out for Dacio, and here's where he came alive. Took on his man, carried it wide to the byline, and then beat him along the line, somehow kept it in, moved it to his left foot, and put it past the goalkeeper, Jordan, to pick up his very first goal of the season, and that would be the first goal in that match. We would get another one from Nicolas in the 6th minute. He's got the start at left wing. Then Casillas del Sol, we lost 2-1. We managed to go ahead on a J. Carlos penalty that was won by Felipe Moronga, but they came right back and tied it up at 1 and then picked up a goal in the 82nd minute. I think we were trying to be a little bit more progressive in this match, and it came to bite us in the butt. Same thing happened against Tambense. This was a bit of a back and forth affair. We went down 2-0, managed to come back in the second minute of stoppage time. Gui Miranda picking up a goal. Gabriel Rosera scoring a goal in the 77th minute to get us on the board. That was his first goal in quite some time, his 10th of the season. But then they immediately came back, and there was some very sloppy play from us that I was not very happy with. So we've got Figueirense coming up. I believe they are right above us on the table. We'll look at the table in a second. And then Londrina, let's go back to see where everybody is. Yes, Figueirense is in 5th. Londrina currently occupying one of the relegation spots in 17th. We are 6 points clear with 8 matches remaining, only 19. There are 20 teams in the league. We only play each team once. So we've got Daniel coming back in. He sat out the last match because he was coming back from an injury. Everybody else looks to be in pretty good shape. Bruno Silva coming back from his injury. Not really match sharp, but he will be on the bench for this one. Gui Miranda, though, did pick up a knock. He's going to be out for a couple of weeks. And we did, by the way, lose J. Carlos for a couple of months. He is currently out injured. That's not going to take me where I need it to be. He is going to be out for the next month or two. A ligament sprain that he suffered in training. So Diogo Ianello, the 17-year-old, or 18 now, he's just had a birthday. The 18-year-old is going to be taking over. Fernandinho is going to be getting the start as well on left wing. He sat out the last couple of matches just as we were trying to mix things around, get Nicolas some playing time, and it has been rather successful so far, although we have lost our last 2. So we seem to be a very streaky squad. Remember, we won our first 3 matches of the season and then lost 2 in a row before finally bouncing back. Kinda, sorta. We've been a bit up and down. We were as high as 2nd at one point, just 1 or 2 points off of the top of the table. We've obviously dipped down. We are still in one of those qualification places. If we get top 8, we will qualify for the second stage, which will put us in a spot for promotion. I'm not sure if the champion gets automatically promoted. Top 2 teams get automatically promoted. I'm not 100% sure how it works because, again, some of the lower league stuff, as far as presenting the rules to you in Football Manager 26, is sadly rather incomplete. First highlight of the match is going to go the way of the opposition. Lucas Diaz will drop it back. Liger, Flavia with it to Breno, up the left wing. Felipe Augusto is going to take on Tasio. Tasio staying with him, cuts inside, and we'll just launch that over. And no harm, no foul. I want Tasio to get a little bit more stuck in. Now, we are not generally playing that way. We're kind of playing a nice balanced way as far as our tackles are concerned. For all the guys we have on a threat of a yellow card, we have not given up many yellow cards since. We have not had a single player suspended because of yellow cards so far. Played out wide. Guillermo, come on. Make it worth it. Make me reconsider my position on you. Fernandinho into the middle. Rosera's shot is blocked, cleared only as far as Jose Aldo, but not the greatest effort from him as he puts that one clean over the bar. And that will lead to a goal kick for Figueirense, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. If I am not, I'm sure you will let me know in the comments. I'd also love to hear what you think about our youth intake preview. We're still about 100 days or so away from actually receiving our youth intake, so that will be coming in a future episode. I guarantee that. Leo Maya in control for Figueirense, throwing it over the top. Wellington Nem is in along the byline, cuts back, gets around his man into the middle, played out. Breno fed wide to Mascarenas. Mascarenas into the middle, save made, and then a fantastic block. It will give the opposition a corner kick, but better that than a goal. And luckily, that is where the highlight ended, but now they're getting their own corner highlight right here. 37 minutes into this match. Goes over everyone, and free kick as Carlau was shoved down by Lucas Diaz. No yellow card, however, for him in there. I'm loving where we are. So we're 17 points on 11 matches. It's a fairly even competition, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, we're 5 points off the top. So there has been a little bit of separation since the last episode. But nobody's really running away with it. I mean, when the top team only has 22 points through 11, that's not bad. The fact that we are keeping pace in the way that we are makes me feel pretty good. And in a lot of ways, we are dominating this match. Another yellow card for Daniel. I don't know if that's going to put him over the limit or not. I don't remember if he was one of our players that was at risk of that. And we're doing a really good job with possession, I've noticed. Now, we are kind of playing a tiki-taka kind of style right now. And I feel like while we are dominating in possession, it's garbage possession. And what I mean by that is just like it's possession in our end, it's possession in the middle third, but not quite the numbers we need to see in the final third. Ionello is just not getting it done. Do we have many good options? Let's, we're going to stick Bruno Alves up top. He has mostly been playing for us as a winger, and we'll bring in Rodrigo Haruki in place of Daniel. Haruki has, and no, it wouldn't show, I'm not even going to bother showing it to you. He has been playing very well for our reserves and scoring a ton of goals when he plays in those matches to try to get him up to fitness. And one of the things I've noticed in FM26 that did not exist in FM24 is that if you ask your reserve team staff to set up friendlies, Rosera's got it deep. He'll have to wait, cuts it back along the far sideline. Guilherme in for Jose Aldo, back out wide. If you ask them to set up friendlies, they will set up weekly friendlies. So our reserves team has gotten a ton of action that's off of the post, but they are going to say that he was offside anyway, and it doesn't really make much of a difference. I know there's only a minute or so left. Stefanello's going to come in there, and Guilherme is going to make way for Leo Isidoro. Try to get a couple of minutes into those legs. Sent forward, one back. Guilherme, though, turns it right back over. Come on. This is the kind of sloppiness late in matches that I've noticed over the last couple, especially what gave us caused us to cough up those points. And oh my God. Ray Feet scores 1 minute into stoppage time. And that was Guilherme. Guilherme is still out there. Leo Isidoro the sub has not yet been made, and I think Guilherme is, I gotta say, he's our captain. I think he's done, in my opinion. Now, we have also been more positive, and I don't know if that's really working out for us, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm hoping, nope, there's not going to be another highlight. So that is 3 matches in a row, my friends, where we have failed to take away a point. 91st minute goal, 92nd, from Gabriel Santiago, the feed to Ray Feet, and Figueirense wins 1-0, and I ain't happy. So unfortunately, that loss is going to drop us into 8th place, and now we are very tenuously in that top 8 qualification places. I mean, look at all the teams around us. 7th place all the way down to 11th, also on 17 points. Our goal difference isn't great. Now, it does go by wins and then goal difference. That is how it appears here. We have managed to settle our Saulo situation. What we were able to do is we extended him for another couple of years. Actually, it's 3, including the remainder of this one. We were able to get him to agree to a backup, except next year he's going to be an important player. So that kind of means that we are committing our future to Saulo. Still about 10 days before the transfer window opens up. Obviously, we're not bringing anybody in because that's not what we're doing here in this save at Ituano. But we could be making a change at goalkeeper. Keep watching this space. Next episode, we're going to see who's going to be in the sticks for us. For this match, though, it is still going to be Pegarari. Now, we have dropped our mentality back to balanced. I think that's where we were most successful. Hopefully, that will generate a slightly different result. We are making 2 changes, though. Nicolas is back in on the left wing. Leo Isidoro, the 20-year-old, is going to be our left back because I have completely and utterly lost faith in Guilherme. And frankly, looking at these season stats, you can see why. He hasn't even broken a 6.5 rating as our left back. So as we go to the match, hopefully we can put this losing streak to an end. A loss today would see us drop out of the qualification places and could potentially put us dangerously close to that relegation zone. A win today, and it will just cement our place where we are. Londrina is in one of those drop spots. They're currently in 17th place, sitting on 14 points, 3 wins, 5 draws, and 4 losses. We obviously have won one more game. We've won 5. Hopefully we will add to that. And that, I was hoping that the opening highlight was going to give us something really, really good, but sadly, nothing ended up coming of it. And I can see so far from what I'm looking at in the 2D depiction here is we are actually taking it to the bad guys. I can never remember that. I hate these 3-letter codes. I've not really learned all of these teams as of yet. We're enjoying 2/3 of the possession, and most of it seems to be in their end, although I don't think we've generated a shot as of yet. Maybe we will off of this highlight. Jose Aldo up the left wing. Leo Isidoro on the sideline to Nicolas. We'll get it back quickly. Nice long pass across Daniel. Felipe Moronga back to Daniel. In for Gabriel Rosera. His pass for Diogo Ianello. Wait. Whoa. He had a shirt grab. That's why he didn't get to it. A penalty has been called. Yuri Lima being talked to by the referee. They're not going to issue a yellow card, but we do have a penalty attempt. It's Jose Aldo who is standing over the ball on the spot. And it's saved. Oh, my Lord. That's where I miss Jay Carlos. He's made a couple of penalties this year, has Jay Carlos, obviously still out injured. Both times, the goalkeeper guessed correctly, but he was still able to power it back behind. Unfortunately, this time, Jose Aldo unable to connect on the free opportunity. And we are still tied 0-0. Mauricio up that far side. Why are our left backs so awful? Gabriel Rosera, nice clearance. Come on, let's start the counterattack, boys. Felipe Moronga drops it back. Tasio. Moronga not really separating himself, though. I mean, we do play that shorter passing style, but we're just not taking advantage of things like that counterattack that we absolutely should. And now it's a corner for Londrina. What does LEC mean then? William Francis over it into the middle. Mancini will clear that away, but Mauricio looking to recycle it quickly. Willian Farias back for Mauricio. He's got 3 men in front of him. He still finds a lane, puts it on, and Pegarari able to make a pretty easy save along the near post. We've played nearly 35 minutes, and the best opportunity of the match so far was a missed penalty off of the foot of Jose Aldo, and that obviously has given him a nice big hit to his match rating. So I don't know if we're going to see possibly Victor Ruiz coming in, because I don't know how Aldo is feeling after that. We absolutely dominated most of that first half. They did outshoot us 8-7, but look at that, 71% possession. I'm not happy with your performance out there. Jose Aldo has looked stressed, so that just tells me what I need to know. Jose Aldo is out. Ruiz isn't he? Or Reese. I'm sorry, Victor Reese. Did I say Ruiz? Victor Reese is in, so we will make the one change at the half. Victor Reese coming in, both wearing number 17, because that's just seemingly how this works. Actually, Ruiz was wearing number 8. Daniel has also picked up a knock. Do not love that. So he will make way for Rodrigo Haruki. So both of our midfielders replaced in this early in this second half, and the shot going wide. I don't know what Pegarari was doing. He kind of just stood there, but a little bit of a dominant spell early in the second half for the opposition, and unfortunately, we just do not look like we are set to break through yet in this match. Do I go more positive and attack? See, positive we seem to not do well. Attacking okay, but we were also in attacking. We didn't throttle back when we gave up that late goal a couple of matches ago to lose 3-2 in stoppage time. So it's kind of a double-edged sword as they're in control once again. And once again, our left back gets beat. There's just nothing we can do. I don't know what it is. It's just the way the game goes. And a back post header from Breno Lopez is going to put them ahead 1-0. Good, sweet Lord, what has happened to this team? We were doing so well. And I came into this episode with so much vim, vigor, and energy. We're going more attacking with 25 minutes left in this match. Now, Nicolas is going to line over the free kick, and he missed it by that much. Londrina with a goal kick. I feel like no matter how well we play, the team just lets us down. And the goals from earlier on in the season have just dried up. Now, could that be because we are without Jay Carlos? He has been such an important part of this team. We'll bring Bruno Alves back in. Isidoro is not having a good match at all, so we have really no choice. Guillermo is coming back in. Thazio on a red card will be replaced as well by Gabriel William as we make 3 changes, and I don't know, we just are not doing very much. Still dominating possession. We are catching up in shots on goal. We're leading the game in XG. We just can. Now, most of that, I'm sure, came on the missed penalty attempt, and that is just... I can't believe the one moment in this match is what is going to sink us, and especially against the team that we should be beating. Now, could we have overachieved early in the season? Oh, we absolutely have overachieved earlier in the season, but I was hoping that the squad would have kind of bought into that overachieving and tried to capitalize on that deeper into the season. And past the midway point, we were in second place. It just, we have faltered as we get into this run-in, and I'm hoping that we can find a way to course correct, because if we can't, then things are going really, really bad. Oh my God. I don't know what it is, but fullbacks in FM26 are just awful. I mean, look how long it took for him to recover, and he can't even get the ball. Just boot it away. Maybe we need to go like no-nonsense fullback, but we find ourselves down 2-0, and that is going to be the final score. I'm literally at a loss for words for how this team has played, and we've dropped into 10th. Luckily, the fall is not precipitous, but now there are only 2 points separating where we are now, and Confesania in 17th place, and those 4 relegation spots. We must get better. Hopefully we will find a way to do so by the time we reconvene, because we are going to wrap up this opening stage of league play in our next episode. If you've been enjoying the series so far, make sure you hit a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you are brand new, or if you just haven't. How long is Daniel going to be out for, by the way? 3 to 6 days, so he should be back in time for the next match. Meanwhile, Victor Reis is not training well. He's quite poor as far as his happiness is concerned, so things beginning to fall apart in Ituano. Can we get them back on track? You just have to find out next time. Until then, my friends, bye-bye.